He is a man who puts his money where his mouth is, and he puts his mouth in alarming places.
Who else would you pick besides?
Yeah, I don't care. You're not my dad.
Joey's big daddy over here.
You don't make the rules. You're the boss of me. Season 7 came back with glory where the fart awakens, baby. The fart awakens.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Little bit.
Boys. Episode 7?
7? We are
7?
It feels like I haven't talked to you guys in such a long time.
Ooh. 7.
I feel like I've seen your pretty faces.
That's a lucky number there. We should do something special today.
I should name my son 7. 7 Costanza.
That's a hell of a name. Oh, I missed you guys. How are we? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Boys Show.
How are you?
Good. We are 3 brother-in-laws dumb enough to start a podcast and too stupid to stop after 6. We are back and better than ever. We are bound by law, bound by booze, bound by betting.
That's right.
And an overall good time. I can't think of another one, so I always say overall good time.
How about
I think that's it.
bound by bullshit?
Oh, Christopher, I knew I liked you.
Ooh.
That's bound by
Serious.
And
Adequate.
that's
Adequate,
another
if not an unnecessary amount contained within this podcast.
Yes, I think people are learning our banter. One of my favorite things is we don't let anyone mess up and get away with it.
No.
God forbid
there
anyone
will be
here,
a roasting.
God forbid anyone fucking stutters. God forbid anyone comes with some bad takes, outlandish takes even.
But
Gentlemen,
if you do, I'll sift that pulp. If you do, I will sift it. All right.
Pulp.
Brainy pulp.
What are we drinking? Maybe a little bit something different than last week?
Oh, absolutely not.
What do
Are
we
you kidding
got?
me?
Oh, what do we got?
I got it right the first time. I've been going back to this well time and time again in these episodes. Colorado Gold, Stranahan's original single malt whiskey, brought to you by Jess Graber.
Well, thank you. I don't know. Yeah, you gotta deviate, buddy. You gotta deviate. All right.
See, you don't have to.
I went in and I mixed myself a nice little old fashioned. I just don't have any cherries.
This is bullshit. Let's just stop the show now. What are we even fucking doing?
Yeah, why are we even here? If you're gonna half-ass it, Joe, why are we even here?
I mean, it's got bitters and simple syrup and Elijah Craig, one of my faves, but no cherries.
That's almost as garbage as Chris's Jim Nance take last week. That's what that is.
People have been clamoring the internet went.
Hello, friends, and don't forget to go to hell.
Yeah, the internet was not happy with that Jim Nance take, Chris. That was worse than my take on children hitting baseballs.
No, it was not. No, it wasn't.
Hey, Kevin with Topeka is with me, and I don't care about anybody else.
Well, we have a little bit of a different show today, fellas. We got to make some picks.
Well, do you know why?
Tell me why.
The NFL is back, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
So by the time
is back.
A lot of things. We were going with our picks. So by the time this episode is out and released, the Chiefs and Lions will have played, which means we are back in the swing. We apologize to our wives.
That's right.
I want to pre-apologize to our wives for Christmas Day because the Chiefs play at 11 o'clock on Christmas Day. So
Do you know where we're going to be?
I'm going to make some enemies that day, I'm sure.
Oh, no, but that means you won't be with me on Christmas morning.
Oh, we'll see.
You better be.
I'm going to start drumming up a zero technology Christmas right now because I know the person who will be most on board with that with me, Cody's wife.
I thought you were going to say our mother-in-law. But no, then we couldn't watch the birthday videos or any of the old clogging.
Are you teasing them? Are you teasing them?
No, I'm not. No, please. We can cut this out.
We won't need to watch any of that because we're going to spend time making memories together.
Yes.
Technology free.
On the couch
of
watching
Amish people.
Have you seen the sports docket for Christmas Day? It's
I don't
going
care.
to be
I will sacrifice
absolutely
all of it
incredible.
if it means that the entire family of in-laws is against Cody watching the Chiefs. Nothing in this world. There is no gift to give me on Christmas than me just sitting and witnessing Cody that entire day.
Hey, that's fine. My family's also in town. I can take a drive and be right in my happy spot. What made us just divert to Christmas Day? What did we just?
You did.
Why did I do? Why did I do
You
that?
said we apologize to our wives as we get ready for the upcoming Christmas Day games.
Yeah.
As well as football season in general. Every Sundays we're kind of clocked out, so we apologize in advance. But so we got to make some picks, our NFL picks of the divisions, along with MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive, all the awards, and then we'll get into stat of the day, some beautiful new ads. Bringing big money into the show. We have our big potato. Is that the segment we're workshopping?
The big tot.
Send us some better names for the big topic
potato.
of the day. Yeah, the big old fat
Spicy
rancid
meatball.
potato.
Yeah.
The spicy meatball.
I don't know why I just said that like a Ukrainian, but instead of like, yeah, this
That
spicy
did sound
meatball.
uniquely Ukrainian. I think that's what every listener was thinking.
We're also really excited. This is our first Squeeze of the Week brought to you by our fans and listeners. We are taking a back seat to let 3 squeezes take shape and then see if Joey will sift through the pulp. They had enough pulp for us to read on the show, so we'll read through that, and we will normally end with picks, but on the back end, we are bringing it up to the front. But starting
I
off
was
the
going to say,
show,
it's everything picks.
I was like, wait, isn't that what we're doing?
yeah, a lot of picks.
So we're all the listener will be able to know is that we are going to be very, very cocky in our picks at the beginning of the season. I can't wait until January to see
to revisit.
how either genius or hilariously wrong we are.
For those that have followed, Joey is the golf mind of the group.
Almost undefeated.
That doesn't.
Almost.
That's not a statement. Yeah, almost undefeated. Almost like the Patriots were almost undefeated.
Yeah. Also known as not undefeated.
Almost known as you lost.
Yeah. That is. But first, this fantasy football drafts are everywhere right now. We actually have a draft tonight between the 3, or tomorrow night between the 3 of us.
I was like, tonight? Good God.
Yes, in a family league that I have happily won back-to-back years. Very happy about that. So I'm going for
one.
I have no clue. I didn't show it. I wasn't there when you won, so it doesn't really count.
Oh,
yeah, that's what that
true.
is.
That is not true. I've beaten you.
Not maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I have. Yeah.
But really, I thought the world needed to know this. Our old juice boy Joe here, he has had the same running joke for his fantasy team names since '05.
That's right.
And I just thought the world
That's
know.
just impressive.
It brings me joy every year. And Joe, I just thought I'd give you the floor. Everyone thinks there's punny fantasy football names. You guys don't know yet. So Joe, take the floor, please, before we get started with our picks.
Well, in our family league, I wanted something that was really going to grab the attention of anybody who was looking, and anybody who was really wanted to understand my thought process going through what it takes to make a really solid name.
Yep.
I thought, what is one of the most funny things that everybody experiences in life, and that is shower farts. and so my name was originally Shower Farts. And then I thought that name is just way too good to give up. And so I thought, what could take on the saga of a future perennial contender? I've won that league 4 times, Cody. And so I thought, what better way to carry on the Shower Farts legacy than to name it after the greatest saga of all time, that of the one and only Star Wars. So Shower Farts Season 2 was Shower Farts SF2, Attack of the Fart. Season 3, SF3, Revenge of the Fart.
It's just too
Season
good.
4, SF4, A New Fart. Season 5 was my favorite. The Fart Strikes Back. The Fart Strikes Back was absolutely fantastic. Season 6 ended up, it wasn't as catchy, but it had to go in line. So that was The Return of the Fart. No, it wasn't like their fart went away, but it came back.
As they do. They do.
As they do. Season 7 came back with glory where the fart awakens, baby. The fart awakens.
As they also do.
And so then when you thought everything was going to go bad with season 8 with the last fart, season 9 came back with the rise of the fart. And now we are on to what really makes Star Wars a saga. Season 10, Rogue Fart.
And what are your future names? Just to keep it going.
Season 11, Fart, a Fart Story.
That might be the best one. A fart, a fart story.
Yeah. And then the Fartalorian. That one will happen eventually. And then
Yep.
Fart, and then Fart Shoka. And who knows what's going to happen after that? I can get the Fart Wars. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, I just thought the world needed to know your genius in that.
And the dominance that is created.
Since I've come along, it's been subpar, but nevertheless, that doesn't take away from your comedic genius in fantasy names. So email us in any one of your fantasy names that might be better. I don't know if there is. I think that might be the funniest fantasy story / name I could think of.
It's
Have
fantastic.
you heard my one from my now going on season 13 name?
I'm excited.
For a listener that does not know, I am a cancer survivor. And so I have kept the name Old Righty's Revenge for 13 years. And Old Righty has brought me in his distant, long gone glory 3 championships. Righty's Revenge.
We should probably say testicular cancer. If that's
So wait, what right is gone?
I'm just. I'm not sure if anyone.
His eye? Yeah, it's just,
A lot of things could have been gone, but I'm glad we shored that up.
yeah. Ian
Dang.
Lance on.
Oh man, let's jump into our picks, boys. We pre-filled this out for a few weeks ago. We picked the NFC North, AFC North, and so I will just recap that, and then we'll be on our way. AFC North, Joe picked the Ravens.
That's right.
Ian, Mr. Pelletier, picked the Bengals with Joe Burrow and company. NFC North, Joe and McCoy picked the Lions to upset the Vikings, and Mr. Pulp himself, Pelletier, picked the Vikings. So we are
Sneaky
off and
boys.
running. We will
Sneaky
revisit.
boys.
Yeah, we will be revisiting these and trashing whoever is wrong along the way. AFC East, Joe, who do you have as the winner? Dolphins,
gonna-
Patriots,
The
Bills,
New
and
England
Jets.
Patriots will win this. No, they will not. They win this division.
No, they won't. That's
They
fine.
will not. Unfortunately, I have to take the Buffalo Bills because I would rather die than take the New York Jets. And
Wait, do you not like the Jets? Wait, hold on.
I'd rather die.
This is new
I'd
to
rather
me.
die.
Oh, wow.
This
I'd
is
rather
new.
die than take them.
Would
But-
you like to spend 10 minutes on one breath talking about the Jets?
I can. I definitely can if you want me to.
I've witnessed it.
For everyone, we never got to confirm with people. Joey put 5 units
5 units.
on the exact win total of the Jets being
8 and
8
9.
and 9.
8-9. He is passionate.
He is a man who puts his money where his mouth is, and he puts his mouth in alarming places.
8-9. He's going exact win total. So Joe, you're taking not the Jets. You're taking the Bills.
Not the Jets. I'm taking the Bills, but I do not think the Patriots are going to come in last. I do not think so. I think the Jets are going to come in last. I think the Patriots are going to come in second, and the Patriots are going to make the playoffs, but not the Jets.
Christoph.
I think Bills are due up to take a step back. As much as I
Ooh.
want to poke fun at Aaron Rodgers, I'll go Jets.
Boo!
Are you serious? You're taking the Jets?
Yeah, if for no other reason than either I'm wrong and I don't really care, or I'm right and I get to rub it in Joey's face
That'd be bad.
forever.
Oh,
I hate them so much.
I'm going with the Dolphins.
We are so all over the place here, all right? You
Oh.
think Tua's going to stay healthy?
Dolphins are stacked with talent. I
They've
think
got so
Tua
much talent, but do
out.
they have an O-line that can keep anybody standing behind it alive?
True, they got Bradley Chubb though. They got some weapons on defense.
That's true.
I like Mike
I mean,
McDaniels.
I Daniels? I Dan
Not a
Hill?
screw up. That was on
Yeah.
you. Just didn't hear me. I said that.
Okay.
Joey, I think you said
love-
Daniels.
I think you said Daniels in the annals of history. It'll say that you said Daniels. I think if Tua can stay healthy, you got a good shot. But that dude, I don't think he should be playing this year. I mean,
If he winds up with another concussion, it's going to be a PR nightmare.
and
Go Tua.
you know who made the roster for the Bills, baby? Damar Hamlin.
Damar
He
Hamlin.
did.
Hamlin made
Yeah.
the roster.
Is that first episode for us that we debated if he was going to make the
I think it
roster?
might have been.
There was a little bit of a, what do you do with that situation? It's a PR nightmare, but
Yeah,
it's a
Did you
valuable
see that
roster
we have
spot.
comeback player on the docket? Is it just Damar or the
Field.
Yeah.
field? And like, who's going to bet against Damar? Like that? That's just
You got Cooper Kupp. You
We'll
got
find out.
Matthew
We'll find out.
Stafford. You got other players that didn't play last year. What about Brian Robinson, who got shot? And
He came back same season.
I know he was good at the end of the year last year too. Yeah.
Dang. AFC South. We got the Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans. This feels like a garbage of a division.
oh my god.
Juice Boy Joe, who are you taking the AFC South?
Jacksonville, and by a long shot.
It feels
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to really put it together. They were looking damn good last year, man. The fact that
The
they're only
second half of the
minus
year.
the fact that only 155 minus 155, that's absurd. I mean, the Titans they wasted their shot. They wasted their shot a couple of years ago. I don't see them putting together a playoff team this year. The Colts are just an absolute dumpster fire, and the Texans, who knows, they'll probably win 3 games. I think Jacksonville has a shot of going 12-5 with that division. They're playing them six times, dude.
That's a tough one. Chris, are you taking anyone else?
You have to go Jaguars. They close out the season great. Trevor Lawrence is coming into his own. It's the obvious pick. I think it's theirs to lose, and the only way that they lose that is if they have extremely poor luck with injuries.
Yep.
I mean, if Trevor Lawrence goes down, but I guess that goes for any major team. You know, if their quarterback goes down, then they're screwed. But I mean, it's just I can't think of. I mean, they have good receivers.
Except for the 49ers. You can just churn through quarterbacks like they're toilet paper.
Plug and play.
You're right. That's right. That's one team that you can. It's definitely not the Broncos.
I think we're all going AFC. I think we're all going Jags. I don't think there's much of a discussion on that one.
Okay,
AFC,
let's move on. Sorry, listener, that was not compelling.
Jump into the NFC West. We got the dumpster fire that is the Cardinals, the former dumpster fire that is the Rams, 49ers, and Seahawks. It's kind of a two-headed race, but Stafford is back.
Cooper Kupp is back.
Kupp is back. Aaron Donald.
Cam Akers might be healthy.
Aaron Donald is healthy again. So we're trying to make a story. Cardinals are openly.
Oh my God. Did you see what the Cardinals did last week? They cut Colt McCoy.
Mhm.
Okay. So they are going into this season with Joshua Dobbs as their starting quarterback. If there's ever been a team that is saying, I am tanking for Caleb Williams, oh my Lord. And this is getting to the point, this is like NBA level. This is NBA level, like atrociousness. Like they're gonna say they're gonna start building the process like Joel and Plead. You know, it's just like you had your
player.
you know, like you had your chance with Kyler Murray.
But as far as the odds for them to win the division, they're plus 3,500. I don't know if anyone wants that juice.
Oh Lord.
Joe, who
I say you trade him to USC so he and Lincoln Riley can link back up.
He's still got a year of eligibility.
Yeah, he should be fine.
who are you taking, Joe?
49ers, of course. I'm taking the Niners, and I think the Seahawks are going to be a wild card team. I think they're good. I think Geno Smith is good, but I think the Rams they realized you can't build
They sold their soul.
Can't build a team without any young talent. You know, like Aaron Donald is probably still is the best defensive player in the league, although your boy Chris Jones is right there. I mean, he is so good. My dad will argue Sauce Gardner, which is he's so good too. But
yeah, he's on the way up, but he's not quite there yet.
Chris, are you taking anyone sexier?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I'm going Seattle Seahawks. I think
Yeah,
old
baby.
Geno Smith. I think Geno Smith now all of a sudden has a third wide receiver, so defenses can't just stack up against DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. They've got a better looking running back room this season. I think that they've got something that works. They've added in some players to kind of carve out spots where they were lacking last season.
My boy Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, I look to him to have a great year. I think 49ers captured a bit of lightning in a bottle last year. I just don't see them replicating that again. I think the Rams are just not going to capture what they had 2 years ago. I think that it's Seahawks.
I got to go San Fran.
Oh, yeah.
They're just that defense. But Nick Bosa's going to be back.
I mean, you're both wrong, but that's fine.
Deebo Samuel gets
I like the Seahawks. I always have, especially after they didn't hand the ball to Marshawn Lynch. I think I would have a very different outlook on the Seahawks if that was different. However, I love the Seahawks, and I think they're a good team. I just don't think that anybody's going to touch San Francisco, even with how aggressively Pete Carroll chews gum and goes out and slings footballs in practice.
I hear there's a warrant for his arrest because of the way he treats gum.
He is an absolute menace to gum society.
Yeah. Dude, the dude's like 80 years old, and he was out there running around, slinging it like Patrick Mahomes at practice. That was so funny.
And he's got the jaw age of a 110-year-old. Oh, that didn't land. I'm going to cut that one out. No one liked that one.
No, keep it. Keep it. Keep it.
I thought that was okay.
Every once in a while, the Juice Boys, we swing, we miss, and then we land on our face.
With our two brother-in-laws to not help us up, to squish it into the mud a little bit more.
That's what Kevin from Topeka comes here for.
NFC East, gentlemen. We have the Cowboys, the Giants, the Bulls, and the Washington football team. There's a lot going on here. This could be.
I love how you put football team and not Commanders, because the Commanders is stupid.
Yes.
Yeah. Go back to football team.
This could be a 3-team playoff division. Is anyone not picking the Eagles? That's tough. I don't know how you don't pick them.
You know, I was talking pretty big game about the Cowboys 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when we were I took my Jets pick. I still think the Cowboys beat the Jets, but I think that this Trey Lance thing is going to fracture that locker room. I think that this is showing that Jerry Jones is not. I need to say it's showing that, because everybody knows he is not the guy that he trays himself to be.
He's just an absolute maniac.
But Jerry Jones is like throwing himself all over Dak Prescott over and over and over again, and now it's just like, no, we're good. I think we got
beats
somebody.
His quarterbacks to death.
Yep.
And
Tony Romo got killed.
Yeah.
Killed.
I mean, this is just what he does, and then wonders why they're not Super Bowl contenders year in, year out. Meanwhile, he just, puts a gun to the head of the person that he trusts to lead his franchise every couple of years, every year. Dude is he's just spoiling any sort of would-be culture that they're trying to build.
Oh, Jarrah Jones.
To say Philly's the team to beat. A.J. Brown, Devontae, DeAndre Swift now, Jalen Hurts.
Like, my heart wants to say Washington Commanders. They're suddenly under new ownership. Let's see them actually step up and be decent. Sam Howell,
Howl or die,
is certainly a good enough quarterback to make a splash in the NFL. But it's just, it's Philadelphia's to lose. Like, they're just head and shoulders above.
Did the Giants make the playoffs?
I feel like Daniel Jones, everyone was told he was good because he signed a big contract, but I think this is a prove-it year for him. Like, he had a good year. He has a coach who understands how he plays with Barkley. But it's like Jalen Hurts. It's like Jalen Hurts needs to do it a second year for people to be like, he is a great quarterback, not just the system. So I think Daniel Jones, this is a big year if he's –
So guess Daniel Jones' stats last year. How many touchdowns do you have?
Did he throw for?
Yeah.
16.
15. Okay. How many touchdowns did Russell Wilson throw for?
11.
16. How many interceptions did Daniel Jones have last year?
15.
9. Because how many interceptions did Russell Wilson have?
47.
8.
But
Guess who got a $47 million a year contract? Daniel Jones.
Who got a $90 million contract?
Before he won after he won a Super Bowl and after he was already a legitimate Hall of Famer.
Oh, Hall of Famer, Hall of Good, you mean?
No. Phil Simms is in the Hall
man.
of Fame. Phil Simms is in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, we can table that for.
This is
Yeah.
Cody's recurrent squeeze of the any given moment, folks.
I hate it. Russell Wilson's not a Hall of Famer. But we digress for a later episode. NFC South, we got the old Falcons just chugging along. Bryce Young and company in the Panthers. New Orleans Saints, Derek Carr. Kamara, who's suspended for 3 games. Michael Thomas is supposedly back, whatever that means. And the Tampa Bay Bucks, whatever the fucking team they're putting together with Baker Mayfield. I feel so bad for Mike Evans and Chris Godwin just rotting down there with mediocrity.
I don't. They got a Super Bowl. Why do you feel bad for them?
For this year, at least. So
Okay, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. They were a trash organization before Tom Brady, and they're a trash organization now. So be happy you had him for 2 years or 3 years, and you won a Super Bowl.
this is a fascinating division, actually.
Who's at the helm with the Falcons right now?
Desmond Ridder.
And Bijan's in the backfield. FanDuel has the Saints winning, but it's very close. Falcons to be number 2, Panthers to be 3, Buccaneers 4. Buccaneers are still plus 750, plus 800, nothing like the old Cardinals down in Arizona.
I
This is Derek Carr's division.
I think that's wrong, dude. I don't think the Buccaneers are going to be the lowest. I think Buccaneers are going to be second behind the Saints. I think the Saints are going to win. The Buccaneers will be 2, Falcons 3, Panthers 4. I mean, it's just Bryce Young's going to struggle, dude. He's tiny, but he can sling it. But he's gonna struggle. I mean, they got a good defense. They got things behind him, but I don't know. I don't think they're going to come out of it. I think they're just going to let him struggle, let him go out there and work this year. I think.
Who'd you say then?
New Orleans. New Orleans is going to win, and then the Buccaneers. I think Baker's going to play decent. I do.
And
Given what?
And that'll be all the time we
given
give
the-
the Bucks this season.
Given the fact that he has those players, that he has Mike Evans and he has Chris Godwin and he has Tristan Wirfs on the line. Although
I mean-
Ryan Jensen, their center, is probably never going to play again, unfortunately. But
Who's playing alongside him hasn't made a difference for the fact that he seems to prefer throwing to the other team.
That's true. They got Jarvis Landry, Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, Odell Beckham.
Odell Beckham. I know.
Yeah, he had some weapons.
Yeah.
Mike Evans is a touchdown machine, dude.
When you have
He
the
is a
GOAT passing
touchdown
to you.
machine. No, not even when you had Jameis Winston passing to him. Jameis Winston threw for 33 touchdowns and 30 picks in his last year there. But I mean,
Old 50-50 ball.
yeah, like every single time, I'm gonna huck it.
Mr. Pulp himself, who are you taking?
My heart wants me to go with the Panthers, but I just don't think that they
What?
have the depth of the experience.
them
I think
last.
it'll be. I think the Panthers are going to outperform. I think Bryce Young is going to show himself to be a pretty damn good NFL level quarterback. But I think Derek Carr is going to really shine in
I
the
think he is
system
too,
at the New Orleans Saints. The big question mark is, can Michael Thomas stay healthy? Is Alvin Kamara even worth a look right now? Kind of some of those aging stars, are they going to be the difference and allow them the longevity? If not, then I look to the Carolina Panthers to outperform.
Well, you're both wrong. It's the Falcon.
Oh, God,
wow!
no.
Defend that.
Desmond Ridder?
Defend
Yes.
that.
He was played a little bit last year. We got B-Rob. That's all I got.
Oh,
So that's it.
They got
there
Cruz,
are
the
2
kicker.
above average guys there that I can name. Therefore, they're winning the conference.
They got
Cody
Koo.
McCoy out.
They got Koo at the leg. That boy doesn't miss. And also, if you look at these odds, Saints are plus 130, plus 115. Falcons are plus 200. So Vegas knows something that I don't. I think you're putting a lot of ammo behind Kamara and Michael Thomas being able to deliver with Derek Carr. I think the Falcons show they're on the up and up. The ground and pound game. They got a good defense. I'm taking that one, boys. So I will be on the outlier on that
Wow.
one. So
Wow. Okay.
beautiful.
That is something.
And last but not least, the division that we are all way too invested in. See West. I'm just going to go ahead and put Kansas City Chiefs
Who?
as the 8-time. This would be 8 years in a row winning the division.
Yeah.
Bro, they have not
Still got
beat-
some more to go to get to the Patriots.
That's fine. They have not beaten the Broncos. Have not beaten the Chiefs in
10, no, 5,
8
6,
years. 9 years.
6. Has it been? No, wait. Is it up to 13 now?
It was when Peyton Manning retired.
Is it 13 games?
Yep, it's a long time that the
Yeah,
old
it's been a
donkeys.
long time.
So
'Cause remember, we were there with Teddy Two Gloves watching that game in person with you guys. That fan got into our face and was, talking smack to us. That's 11 in a row. It's like, yeah, I know.
So I'm just going to go ahead
I
and put
just remember that fan, for whatever reason, didn't direct it to the folks in Broncos gear.
No,
for
it was
some
two
reason.
Chiefs fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
I
was,
was like,
he was
what?
screaming in the face of the half of the group that was in the same team's gear as he was.
No, it was the people
No.
behind us was a Chiefs fan, and they were yelling at each other, and I didn't understand it. And then that guy.
I don't understand this because I'm a Patriots fan and I get horrifically harassed when I go to Broncos games. Which you know what? That's fine, as I should. I'm an opponent in hostile territory. That's fine. However, the Chiefs fans are probably the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. And
You
one of the
haven't met enough
funniest
of 'em.
things, one of the funniest things I've ever seen, we were walking into the game and a guy turns around and boos my wife for wearing a Von Miller jersey. No more than maybe 8 seconds later, he turns around and says, I'm really sorry. I
bought her a beer. Bought her.
Yeah, he's like, I can't. I really like your town. Denver's awesome. I just don't like the Broncos. Can I buy you a beer? And it was just like one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Just,
And she let him buy that beer and then threw it in his face.
typical
Damn right.
Bronco fan fashion.
Take
Just to
that,
catch everyone
guy.
up. Us three and a bunch of hooligans and our wives went to the Chiefs Bronco game a few years ago. Got to show these guys Arrowhead.
Yeah, that was
tailgating, like,
Free
2021.
babies.
Yeah.
Free babies. So, but I'm taking the Chiefs, obviously. Mr. Paul, who you taking?
Just because I refuse to acknowledge your joy, let's go Chargers. Herbert, if Herbert stays healthy, I mean,
They've been
Yeah.
they've been predicting it for years. We'll see if it happens.
yeah, they've been decent. I think
Can
it's
Keenan Allen and Mike Williams stay healthy for more than 4 games?
Yeah, I think it's just a prove it year.
Is Austin Eckler gonna be on the tear?
Yeah, they've assembled a team that is more than capable of outperforming what they've been doing together thus far because they've just been caught by the injury bug. And so now it's getting late in those contracts. Let's see what everybody's got in the tank. Can everybody stay healthy? Can everybody put it together all at once? I like Justin Herbert as much as I just hate the Chargers, mostly due to Phillip Rivers' time there. But I do like Justin Herbert. I liked him at Oregon. Would love to see him actually have his day and actually shine because I think he's extremely talented.
No, he's awesome. He's really fun to watch.
Are you going?
No, I got to go Kansas City. It's just like I got to be real. And I know a dynasty and I know a powerhouse when I see it. And it was even when, the Patriots were winning everything and winning the AFC East. It was just, you have to look at other divisions and be like, who else is going to come out and really challenge them? I think the Chargers have talent. They're just the Chargers, so that won't happen. The Broncos are going to be much improved this year, but I think the Broncos could finish second. I think they could. I think they could finish second in this division. I think they're going to beat the Chiefs at home in Denver this year because they come close, dude. They play them tough every single time they play. And I think Sean Payton is the key factor. It's going to turn them around. I'm going Chiefs 1, Broncos 2, then Chargers, then Raiders. I think the Chargers and Broncos will both make the playoffs, though.
Dang.
Love to see it.
All right, let's quickly go into our MVP, comeback player of the year, defensive player of the year, offensive player of the year. MVPs, boys. Who do we got? The odds are.
Do we want to go back over our already selected offensive rookie of the year selection? So listen, I'm sure you already have listened to every single episode.
Dedicated.
Just
As
a
avid
reminder,
listener,
dear, dedicated, beloved even listener, we did make several picks. We did 2 divisionals and then offensive rookie. We had intended to kind of disperse this for a bit, but then
Life
instead
happens.
we just decided to make kind of this the crux of one whole episode.
So we did offensive rookie of the year. Joe took Jackson Smith.
In Jigba.
I'm not even going to try. Chris
In
took
Jigba.
B-Rob. Excuse you. Bless you. Chris took B-Rob from Atlanta, and I took Anthony Richardson, the quarterback out of Indy.
That pick looks really bad now.
Yeah, it does.
It looks extra super bad.
Can't wait to get shredded over that. Favorites for the MVP, gentlemen: Patrick Mahomes plus 600, Josh Allen plus 700, Joe Burrow plus 700. Then we got Herbert plus 900, Hurts plus 12, Rodgers at plus 1600.
Man,
Push show more, please.
Trevor
Where do we go
Lawrence.
from here.
Oh, yeah. you don't need to list them out. I just want to see it.
Who are you
Okay.
taking, Joe?
No, somebody else go first this time.
I'll take Patty Mahomes. He's going back to back. I know it's the hardest thing to do. The NFL is not about it. Patrick Mahomes is in the Michael Jordan land where he could get it every year, but there's going to be some sexy story. It could be Rodgers. Hell, it could be Rodgers or Tua if he has a good season.
Not be Rodgers. It will not. They're going 8-9.
That's your money's on it. But
It
I'm
will
taking
not.
homeboy Pat. Extremely biased. Love to see him go back to back.
Christopher, please just end this madness.
I will. Okay, thank you for the invitation. Let's go Jalen Hurts.
Good pick.
Yeah, I think he's a proven commodity at this point. He's come so close.
Watch it.
Great
I
to see
rewatched
him.
that. I rewatched the Super Bowl, and Cody, you're not going to want to hear this, but he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. He was so good in that game. The Chiefs were a better team, but he was outstanding in that game, and he just keeps getting better.
If we're gonna sit and talk about people outplaying Patrick Mahomes, we're gonna be here all night. So we're gonna need to move on.
That's say what you want. Say what you want.
I did.
Haters gonna hate, ain'ters gonna ain't.
I don't even know what it means.
It means exactly what it says, Cody. Haters gonna hate, ain'ters gonna ain't. That's it. I have a
That'd be
Patriot
our first
sweatshirt
piece
with
of
that
merch.
on it.
So
Yeah.
So Joe, who you taking?
All right, I'm stuck. I'm stuck between two dudes.
You don't
And
get
they're
paid
both in the
this much
AFC
money
North.
for stuck.
No, I know.
You don't get on the
I know.
top
The
50%.
Harbaugh brand khakis money has been nice. That money has been nice. Thank you, Harbaugh brand khakis. I'm stuck between Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. I think either one of them is going to come out of the North, the division, and I think the Ravens are going to get number 1 seed. Okay. However, I'm picking Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is going to come in. He's going to get MVP. They're going to play the Kansas City Chiefs in the first round of the playoffs in Kansas City because Kansas City is going to win the West, and then they're going to beat them, and then they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Ooh, spicy.
So I think the Ravens are going to win the division, get their number 1 seed, but I think Joe Burrow is going to get MVP.
Garbage, but okay. Burrow might miss time. You never know.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Offensive player of the year, our top handful: Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, McCaffrey, Nicholas Chubb, Tyreek Hill, and then we get into Lamar and Pat Mahomes. Garrett Wilson's on there, Justin Fields.
This is a bizarre list because Lamar
Yeah, it really
Jackson
is.
Lamar Jackson is plus 2,200 and Jalen Hurts is plus 3,000. So how could you be MVP and not offensive player of the year? That happens all the time. I know. I just think if you're going to take this pick, it can't be a quarterback because the quarterback's going to win MVP.
I also think the odds on this, it's tough to nail down because, I mean, Jalen Waddle could have the greatest season. Well, DK Metcalf could have the greatest season.
And they're plus 8,000.
Yeah, well, there's a reason that, top pick for MVP is plus 600. Top pick for offensive player of the year is 1,100. It's
fair.
so much more of a crapshoot.
So obviously Vegas is thinking the way I'm thinking with Joe Burrow, with Jamar Chase being offensive player of the year at plus 1,100.
You
You
just
know,
get scared
ooh.
with T. Higgins stealing some of that. Justin Jefferson doesn't have much stealing from.
Oh, yes, he does. Patrick Addison, Jordan Addison, this rookie coming up. He might be rookie. He's rookie of the year category. He's going to be awesome.
Who
But
you
I think
taking?
I want me to go first on this one.
Do it.
I'm taking Justin Jefferson because I think Justin Jefferson is going to go over 2,000 yards this year.
That's a good.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I think he's going to be I think he's the next Jerry Rice, dude. Everyone's saying that he everything they've seen about him. And I heard, this is a crazy stat, I heard he grew 2 inches in the offseason.
No.
I heard he's 6'4".
What?
All right. Yeah, I heard he grew 2
It's
inches.
a grown man who
He's
just
only
like
24 years old. He's only 24 years
Oh,
old,
yeah,
dude. He's
that's
still
fair.
growing.
yeah.
You know, it's yeah.
He's just a little fella still going through puberty.
I guess so. I'm gonna go Justin Fields.
Oh,
What?
I'm gonna go Justin Fields.
You just learned one single first
What?
name and just found yourself the next Justin on the list.
Justin Fields.
please argue that, defend that.
He's gonna ball out. He's gonna be one of those. His team's gonna be too bad for him to win MVP. He's gonna have 1,600 rushing yards. He's gonna pass well enough.
Well, what did he have? 1,200 last
I
year.
think he had 12, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's gonna have a lot of rushing yards. He's gonna learn to pass. I just think they're gonna need to throw him an award because he's gonna break out of his shell, and his team's gonna be too bad to give it to him. So Justin Fields, suck on it. Suck on that
Okay,
pole.
dude. Okay. All right. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I like that.
Obviously, you wouldn't have picked him. You would have picked him if you did think it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, I think
Just,
Garrett Wilson's going to kill it too, but I don't want to say that because he's a fucking jet. I said, but I think that I think he's going to kill it. I mean,
I did think Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers could make Garrett Wilson. Who you taking, Chris? Garrett Wilson?
Garrett Wilson, my guy. No. I'll go. I'll go Jamar Chase. I think Jamar Chase is establishing himself as
Touchdown
kind of
machine.
the 1B on the offensive side of the ball for the Bengals. I think Joe Burrow missing some time. Jamar Chase is going to kind of take point in that locker room, and him being a reliable receiver that you can trust to be where he's supposed to be, gets creative when is needed. He helps play a significant role in kind of whatever time Joe Burrow winds up missing, that the Bengals don't find themselves in such a deep hole that they have to dig themselves out.
NFL Defensive Player of the Year. We got Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, Nick Bosa, Aaron Darnold, and Ahmad
Darnold. No, come on, man. He's the second best defensive player of all time. Don't mess up his last name.
What did I say?
You said Darnold.
Yeah, Sam Darnold. Dude, he's lining up on the DN, you know?
That's right. You know, dude, he's big. I think
Aaron
he'd be,
Darnold.
yeah,
Darnold. I keep saying
That
like
dude
Aaron Donald. I keep saying.
that's right.
Joe, who are you taking?
I'm taking Sauce Gardner.
Oh, he's not even on the list. Let's
Yes,
see.
he is. That's his name right there. His name is Ahmad Gardner, dude. He goes by
Oh.
Sauce. He's on the list. He's plus 2,000. Won Defensive Player of the Year last year. The dude is legit. As much as I hate the Jets with every fiber of my being, he is the real deal. And he won. I know the Jets won Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year last year, which is just incredible. I mean, that's insane with him and Garrett Wilson. However, that doesn't mean that it was just a flash in the pan. I think this dude is. I think he's the best corner in football already as a it's now a second-year player. He might have even been last year. But I think Sauce Gardner is going to win Defensive Player of the Year this year. And it's going to be one of those ones like Nnamdi Asomugha back in the day that
Yes.
he's going to have very low interception numbers, but that's because no one's going to even attempt to throw his way. You know, and so it's just like they're going to see that his shutdown capability. He takes away half the field. I mean, he's a freak. So
I'm going
Sauce
T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt was hurt last year. He's an animal. I think he's motivated. Nick Bosa's on this list. He might not even play week 1, so that'll be very interesting. Micah Parsons is the easy pick. I think his odds were, what is that?
plus 450.
Plus 450.
Oh,
So they
wow.
feel really good. But T.J. Watt was hurt. He's motivated. You can't stop that dude off the edge. So
Yeah, if you're going TJ Watt, that would have been my go-to. Myles Garrett, like I just don't see.
Micah Parsons is probably the most talented guy, but I mean, I just don't know if I don't know if I trust the Cowboys. I just don't know.
That's exactly it. I don't know that I have enough faith in the Cowboys as a franchise and as a defense to trust that. You know, Nick Bosa seems like a kind of guy who is on his way back. Aaron Donald is just such a freak that it's like, I don't care what the rest of LA is doing. Aaron Donald is just tearing people apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
He's
take Aaron
he's
Donald.
terrifying, dude.
I'll take Aaron Donald. Yeah, let's
He's absolutely terrifying, and I think if he wins Defensive Player of the Year this year, he'll retire and just be like the only 4-time winner ever.
That'd be insane.
And, yeah, he's so good, dude. He's so good. I think
Hey
Russell Wilson
Joey, it's the AP NFL Comeback Player of the Year 2023-2024. Who would you like to take?
I'm going to take Russell Wilson.
Wow!
I
My
think
goodness!
I think Russell Wilson's going to throw for 30 touchdowns this year.
That is a
3-0.
Is that like a
that
high
is
number or something?
Fantastic
He
amount.
threw 16 last year.
30 is like welcome to the big leagues.
Okay.
30 is.
No, it is not. 30 is still very good. You go back and you look at you look back in Tom Brady's MVP seasons. He barely ever threw over 30 touchdowns. I think Russell Wilson is going to have a season that is going to put him back into the Hall of Fame discussion, which I think before last year he was an easy Hall of Fame.
Lordy, oh my gosh.
Easy.
Because his defense won him a Super Bowl.
Effortless.
No, because he came in as a third round or I think it was third or fifth round pick, and came in and immediately took fifth round. Turned around the Seahawks.
Not the
Should have
defense,
been-
the greatest defense of the century.
Doesn't
but
matter. Okay, they had a great defense before him too. They signed Matt
Brock
Flynn
Purdy,
to this massive.
Is Brock Purdy Hall of Famer when the Niners win this year?
No, because it's only been the year for 1 year. You asshole.
That's when Russell
All
Wilson
right.
won a ring. Was his second year? You dumb.
And then he went on way more and
To
had
do
outstanding
nothing.
seasons. He had outstanding seasons. He should have won 2 Super Bowls. He went the NFC Championship game several times. Like, he's a good player. You know, yeah, he's a good player, dude, and he's going to show it this year. He's a good player.
Tua is winning the comeback player of the year because I have the Dolphins winning, so that means Tua is going to play too well to win. Chris, who do you got?
Good one, Cody. Tua well.
I'm going with a dark horse here and going with DeMar Hamlin.
We just
Pick
said
somebody besides DeMar.
Here's the
You gotta
thing,
pick somebody
fellas.
besides
Could
him.
you imagine you're at that year-end award ceremony? Nobody else has even considered that someone other than DeMar Hamlin should win this, and you get the award, and you have to go up and give an acceptance speech for an award that should have gone to somebody else, and now you look like a jackass just for accepting it. No way the NFL even like entertains that somebody else could possibly take that walk, accept that award, go from there. Like, in no way, shape, or form
you wanted
would
us
they
to
put
pick
somebody
other.
through that.
Oh, you just
I said to pick other people,
bamboozled.
Chris. Who else would you pick besides
Yeah, I
DeMar
don't care.
Hamlin?
You're not
You
my
know he's
dad.
gonna win.
Joey's big daddy over here.
You don't make the rules. You're the boss
Yeah.
of me.
All right. Well, after that shocking pick by Chris for comeback player of the year, we'll wrap up this with.
I would definitely pick DeMar Hamlin.
I know. I just wanted to point out like how ridiculous it would be for the NFL. Like, it would almost be like they were punishing.
Yeah. DeMar, you
They
shouldn't
actually
have come
gave
back,
it to.
dude.
Like, see, if you would have died, we might have given it to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wouldn't
man.
come back then.
Yeah, that's fair.
Defensive rookie of the year. We got Will Anderson, super high pick. Jalen Carter, also super high pick. Tyree Wilson, Devon Witherspoon, Jack Campbell, and Christian
Go
Gonzalez.
Pats, baby. Go Pats, Christian Gonzalez.
I'm taking Jalen Carter. I don't think Will Anderson, he's got too much pressure on him. Too much pressure. He's going to get too much attention. Jalen Carter's like 1 in 5 awesome dudes on that line. He's going to get a chance to get one-on-ones
Constantly.
constantly. He's going to get a chance to get to the quarterback and show his
Do you know
stuff.
why? Do you know why he wasn't the number 1 pick in the draft?
Because he,
It was
Killed-
speeding.
yeah.
Yeah, it was speeding. It was like he was street racing, and then while somebody was street racing with him, they died. So like, I don't want to say that I don't think he's got character issues. That was just that sucked. You know, that is what it is. So that's he didn't go out and shoot anybody or anything. This guy's got a legitimate number 1 talent. He probably should have been the number 1 overall pick in the draft if it wasn't for that. They cannot believe the Eagles were able to get him
So
in
annoying.
the pick that they got him in. He's a freak,
And
dude.
that's why I picked him. So who you
I know.
pick?
I'm going to take the boy you said that has got too much pressure on him, and I'm going to take Will Anderson. I saw I saw this just one play, and I hope I'm not just getting sucked into the Jadeveon Clowney effect. We're just seeing one play where he blows a dude's head off, and then everyone's just first pick. Here he is. But Will Anderson has the body of Hightower from the Patriots, Devontae Hightower, who is like the biggest, thickest linebacker I have ever seen in my life. Why did I say Devontae? Sorry, I was looking at Dante Hightower, one of my favorite players of all time. This dude, Will Anderson, is a brick shit house coming through the middle of the line. I know it was preseason, but he was in only on one series. He blew up the center, ran through him, and tackled the quarterback with the center and got a sack. And I was like, this dude is ready. He is ready, and yeah, he's gonna. Will Anderson's a beast, an absolute beast.
Christopher?
All right, I'll take the third pick, Tyree Wilson. Everybody's paying attention to Max Crosby on that line. You've got plenty of opportunity as a young, explosive D end in a.
Is that the Raiders?
Yeah,
I don't know who this kid is. Who is this kid?
Yeah, so he's their new defensive end. It's a team and a defensive approach where your D linemen are just expected to feast already, and they've got their big name in Max Crosby. And so I think it's a perfect opportunity for an explosive new player to come in and just go above and beyond.
Max Crosby, who was raised in a trailer park in Caracas, Venezuela.
Yeah, in a Colombian Supermax.
Yeah.
It didn't have running water or
The hardest man who's ever lived. Remember, listener, you can now listen to the show on all major podcast networks, including Google, Spotify, and Apple. And if you're enjoying the show, please reach out, talk to us, Instagram us, email us, and please consider following us and rating the show. And leave us a review if you listen through Apple, because they really care about that. So we need to know about that, and we care too. We want to hear your opinions. Also, be a friend. Tell a friend about the podcast. You can now follow us on Instagram at Juice Boys Show. Juice Boys Show on Instagram, please. We love to hear from you, listener. Hopefully, we can turn that into listeners.
Ooh,
Chris.
We're going to get a second one.
Hold on. Hold your horses there, Joe.
Wow. Ooh, pump the brakes.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry. I got excited about having 2 listeners. Oh, my God.
What could that be like?
Chris, who are these picks today sponsored by?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you. So today's picks are brought to you by Pyramid Schemes.
Ooh.
General, huh?
Just as a concept.
Our boy,
Now,
boy
listener,
Bernie.
pyramids have been around since time in memoriam. So you can trust them. And with a pyramid scheme, you get the opportunity to spend all your life savings to convince yourself you're a business owner. But don't worry, you'll also get the opportunity to harass your loved ones at a near constant rate until you have none left. That's right. So sign up today for your chance to be part of the almost 1% of pyramid scheme consultants to turn a profit. Pyramid Schemes. Because your money is better off in our hands, and we can prove it to you.
Thank you to Pyramid Scheme, a proven business model time and time again.
Time and time again,
Just ask Bernie Madoff.
you can be relied upon.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, we are all three ecstatic about this segment, our squeeze of the week. If you've been following our most outlandish takes, we thought we'd give the people this segment. Got a few
Very
people
happy.
email in their outlandish takes. We thought we'd get them read on the show and see if the boys agree or not. So let's get started with Mike out of Madison. Russell Wilson and the Broncos will not score an opening drive touchdown the entire season. This man ran the stats. He ran the
stats based off of.
No, he ran the stats
Hackett?
last year.
Yeah, off of Nathaniel Hackett.
Of all of the opening drives through week 10, he scored 1 touchdown.
I think that's a bullshit take.
Yeah.
Like you are bringing in Sean Payton, who is like the offensive guru. Like you telling me that a dude who produced Drew Brees No, dude, that dude had 16 touchdowns and 4 picks in 8 games. I mean, you're telling me that the Broncos are not going to be able to put together a opening drive touchdown the entire season?
That's what the man says.
Yeah, applying
So-
last year's stats, you know what else is also going to not happen this year? That the fans are not going to need to chant what the play clock is.
It's true.
Like, we've moved on. We've got a fresh new coaching regime. A lot of last year is going to be found to be irrelevant this year. Nice try, Ike. I don't believe it. But it is very pulpy.
It's very
very
pulpy.
pulpy.
I'm sifting. I'm
It's a
sifting.
lot
that's
to
why-
sift through, and I appreciate
I'm
it.
sifting through it.
Even
If you
if I
guys
fully
don't
disagree.
like it, if you
Yeah.
don't like it, it's pulpy.
Yeah.
He attached an Excel spreadsheet, so he must not have been able to find the stat he
No,
needed.
I would say maybe in the first.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Our next
No, I-
squeeze. This comes from Chase in Fort Collins. Hey, Juice
Hi,
Boys.
Chase.
Love the
Kepka?
podcast.
Is this
What's
Chase
up, Chase?
Yeah.
Our favorite.
Is this Chase Kepka? Oh,
Do
we
you think
finally
he's coming to visit me?
He must be.
our first fan mail.
Hey, Juice Boys. Love the podcast. Your guys' banter keep me entertained at work. Hey, that's our goal. My squeeze of the week is that Aaron Rodgers is the most overrated athlete of all time. Okay.
Wow.
People put him in the
All time?
People
Okay.
put him in the GOAT conversation, even though he only has 1 Super Bowl win with 1 Super Bowl appearance. Name another athlete who has only won 1 ring and is put in the GOAT conversation. He has had as many playoff letdowns, especially in the last few years, not to mention the complaining about lack of weapons around him. Rodgers is in the Breeze Favre category. P.S. Mahomes has already passed him. That's my take. Have at it.
I
Oh,
love
okay.
that take, Chase. I love that take. Mahomes has already passed him, and I will challenge your thing with saying a goat with 1 championship. Argue Jerry West. Go ahead, argue that to me. He's on the logo.
He is the logo.
He is the logo. So there's one. He only won 1. He only won 1 his entire life. That's a fantastic one. I'm not going to argue that because you already know my sentiments about Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, and the fact that dude is a 4-time MVP. That's putting up to Peyton Manning levels. Tom Brady only had 3.
I think there's a lot
of that's trash. That is trash that he's had 4, 1 Super Bowl appearance, 1 Super Bowl win. Yeah, I guess he hasn't lost. Everybody says Brady lost 3. Yeah, he went to freaking 10. Dude, he went to 10 of them. Okay, so
Joey's out here just triggering himself.
yeah. How many Super Bowls have there been? 56. So yeah, all right. I think 10 is pretty good.
I think there's a lot of pulp in this, but maybe not.
There's pulp, but I think that I think that the argument is based off of some rocky standing here. The fact that he's being put into the GOAT conversation, he's not even definitively the GOAT of his franchise.
He's put himself in the
For
GOAT
his era.
conversation.
Yeah, or of his era, or like I don't know that. Like I think that folks who are arguing for Rodgers as in the GOAT conversation are at best biased. And
Did you
so
put Roethlisberger above him?
above him,
Think about it, dude. That dude was perennial contender. But he went to 3 Super Bowls. He lost 1 to Rodgers, but he also won 2 very far apart. Played. I don't know, man. Like he was a much better playoff quarterback than Rodgers.
I would see. I think it's a fair comparison. Like they both have had longevity, proven results, consistency over time, and at the end of the day, I wouldn't put either one of them in a GOAT conversation.
Yeah, good take, Chase. I dig it. I dig
Filled.
it.
I think it was pulp
Lots
filled,
of
but this
pulp.
room agreed with
Yeah,
said pulp.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the overall sentiment, but I think saying that he's the most overrated player of all time is a reach.
I actually like
I
that.
disagree. I disagree. I think it is. I think it's true.
This one's from Big Daddy John Linehan.
Oh, Big Cat himself. Huh?
What's up, Big
Oh,
Cat? Thank
this
you
was-
for the email and for
Yes.
the confirmation of very important aspects of.
It's a small one, but a funny one. He
better.
sent in saying, Bobby, I need a handy before the AFC Championship craft got passed up for the Hall of Fame this year. Without TB12, that chump win nothing. And I quote, that chump win nothing.
Nothing. My dad's getting gangsta. Big Cat's getting gangsta.
So let me read that
Hey.
again. Bobby, I need a handy before the AFC Championship game. Kraft is his nickname. Usually nicknames get shorter.
Colloquial note. Yeah.
Kraft get passed up, so he is very happy. That's a pulpy take. Kraft should probably be in the Hall of Fame, but
Yes.
he's not.
How is he not? 6 championships?
Those handies before the AFC Championship game.
And he went
Turns
to,
out
went to 10. He went to 10 because he was the owner with Bledsoe and Parcells. And so he took his team to 10 Super Bowls, 6 wins.
all
and
in
because,
exchange.
And because
handy-
he got a handy from a 67-year-old woman, you know, I was like, okay. Now I don't disagree with that take.
Oh, you and Papa Linehan in line.
I don't disagree with that take.
a man
I
you
think-
recently called a traitor on this
did.
very podcast.
because you know who he's rooting for this season.
Yeah, I know. I was there. I was part of that conversation.
I'm upset about it.
Dang.
Very
But
upset about it.
Thank you to all 3 of these dedicated listeners sending in the first 3 squeeze of the week viewer style. So keep sending them in. We're getting truckloads of them. We just got to keep sifting through them.
Sift.
We have viewers now?
We got viewers. We got listeners. We got
Wow.
fans.
Kevin in Topeka is no longer. How'd that happen in the middle of this episode?
Truck. That's a good
we
point.
gained a listener in the middle of the episode? Hasn't it released yet?
We're getting truckfuls of pulpy takes. So we appreciate it. We want to keep doing this, so keep sending them in. Hey, Joey, if people also want to submit their squeeze of the week to get right on the show, how can they do so?
Well, listeners could do the same thing that Chase, Mike, and Big Cat just did and submit your outlandish sports takes by emailing us at juiceboyshow@gmail.com. juiceboyshow@gmail.com. If it has the pulp, like those ones just did, we sifted, we argued, we debated. They were good. If they had the pulp,
Delicious.
then we will read it on the show. So please send us your pulpy takes. Chris, who is today's stat of the day sponsored by?
So, Cody, go ahead and cue up the sad music.
Okay.
Sarah McLaughlin,
Excellent.
ASPCA.
Excellent.
Dear listener, this episode of the Juice Boys Show is brought to you by a nonprofit organization that is very near and dear to the hearts of your juicy hosts. Today's episode is brought to you by Sponsor in Oakland Athletic. Now, did you know the Oakland Athletics have a payroll of only $59 million?
Oh,
That's
my
a
God.
quarter of the payroll of their big brothers in San Diego and Los Angeles.
Oh my God.
The life of an Oakland Athletic is an extremely difficult one. Historically low attendance, a laughable on-field product, and a win-loss record that hasn't sniffed 50% yet this season. So we beg of you, dear listener, please consider a meager contribution of $25,000 a month.
That's it. That's all.
With this contribution, the Athletics promise to make some modern upgrades to their approach to baseball. These planned upgrades include replacing the practice pine cones with baseballs,
Good start.
upgrading the team bunk beds in the basement to full size, and indoor plumbing.
Yes.
But we promise that we'll be keeping the yearly bake sale for uniforms.
Yes.
So
Hey.
please, dear listener, dig deep and help these professional athletes live the lives they deserve with the Sponsor in Oakland Athletic organization.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, listener.
For
And if-
$25,000.
And if
$25,000 a month. That's it. That's all.
That's it.
Wait, are we
That's it.
donating our airspace to that, or do they at least pay for the fucking?
Well, it's a
No,
write-off.
no. They're going to pay us so
Oh.
we can buy.
It's
the
a write-off. No. They sent us a bucket of pine cones, and I just felt sad enough that we called that good enough.
We are going to wrap up with our stat of the day, changing up the show a little bit like we talked about, went into the picks, wanted to get the viewer squeeze of the week. But today's stat of the day, boys, 4 presidents have been on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Name them.
Oh lordy. Okay, I'm gonna take number 1-1 George W. With the 9/11 pick, not 9/11 pitch.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
you're both taking that one? Okay.
gotta
Is
go.
that is that one?
No.
Oh,
Really?
How is that not? That was
Oh
the
man,
most
that was
epic
immediately
moment
what came to mind.
in presidential history for sports.
Who else you got?
I'm gonna go
So this
Barack
could be-
Obama.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
He's a
he
huge
was such
baseball
a
fan.
he was just such a cultural phenom.
big Blackhawks.
Feel like it's gotta be.
Big Blackhawks and White Sox and Bears fans. So
That is wrong.
Chicago proud. Wow.
wow.
0 for 2.
Let's go Ronald Reagan in the 80s. He was there for 8 years.
Yes, he was on it. He was on
good.
it twice, but they're only counting it as one president. So yes,
Okay.
Ronald Reagan.
So we got one more strike.
Let's go.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. Okay, you go, and then I got a deep cut that I want to think. Oh, okay, go ahead, Chris. I got a deep cut.
Bush Senior.
He played baseball at Yale.
Damn, Joe, you know a lot of. what a great mind you have. That is not correct.
Damn
Oh
it!
my God.
Because he did. He played baseball at Yale.
Joe, who's your
All right.
deep cut?
Gerald Ford, because he was a lineman for the University of Michigan.
Ding, ding, ding. Joe.
Hell yes.
How do you know that?
How do you know that?
I was a history teacher, dude, and I love sports.
The other two, Mr. John F. Kennedy
Okay.
and Billy Clinton. Was on.
Really? Bill Clinton. Why was
Interesting.
Bill Clinton on?
Reagan was on it twice. John
Yeah.
F. Kennedy, Gerald Ford, and Bill Clinton were on the only 4 presidents to be in Sports Illustrated. So that's it for us.
We're done?
Week
That's it.
7?
7?
7.
Holy cow.
7 hours worth of content with several minutes of actual
Substance.
tangible substance. Yeah.
This is like a baseball game. 10 minutes of actual action.
We cannot thank everyone enough for listening, the reviews, the comments, the Instagram. Trying to build a little something here with a community of people that we love.
Yeah, absolutely. Interact with
like-minded.
us. Come talk some smack. Tell us we're idiots. That seems to
Criticize
be a
our
common
picks.
thread.
Like-minded
our
morons is what we're going for. Anyone can
that's well
get
put.
paid a lot of money or have, professional experience, but we're the fans talking the fan stuff. So thank you. Love. We out. Episode 7.
Be out.
Adios,
Peace.
fellas.